G'day cocktail lovers, I hope you've been keeping well. Look, we're in another one of my flamboyant cocktail shirts. Must mean it's casual in the kitchen time. And like other times I've done this is actually a bit of a project happening here. It's going to happen over more than one day, so you'll get to see more than one of my shirts. This revolves around a pineapple. Here in Australia, pineapples were suddenly very cheap, and I was told the reason is because most of the pineapples used to get sold to cruise ships, and of course cruise ships haven't really started up yet, so there was a surplus of pineapples, so I got this for like $2, and I thought I'm going to do stuff. And I talked with some of the other YouTubers who make cocktails, and I got a few ideas. So this video can basically be called, what can I do, or how many things can I do with this pineapple? The first thing I'm going to do is make a syrup, and then that'll take a day or so, and hopefully I'm not going to horribly injure myself as I attempt to cut the rind off this pineapple, because I've honestly never done that before. It's pretty straightforward what I'm going to do. If I successfully cut off the rind, then I'm going to put that in a bowl and cover it with sugar. In simple terms, I'm going to weigh the rind, and then I'll put double that weight in sugar, and then I will leave that for a day or so. The sugar will leach all the moisture out of the rind, and we'll get a pineapple syrup, and I will probably add a little water just to make sure the sugar is fully dissolved, but again, probably only half the volume of water that I did of sugar. For instance, if I do 100 grams of rind, I will cover it in 200 grams of sugar, and then depending how quickly it dissolves, I will add somewhere between 50 and 100 mils of water to end up with a pineapple syrup. Here we are, 24 hours later, and a new shirt. I actually even got more of these in the mail today. I should do more casual in the kitchen videos so I can show more of them off. This whole process is gonna last a while yet, so you will see some more shirts, but here we are, 24 hours later. Look at that syrup. It's looking fantastic. So what I'm gonna do now is strain this to get the pineapple pieces out, make sure the sugar is completely dissolved in the syrup, and then we're going to move on to the next stage, which is Tepache. I'm in my happy cocktail shirt to tell you how easy Tepache is to make, because it is pretty easy and you can improvise according to your taste. I'm using the rind from the pineapple, and I'm also using some spices. I'm reusing the spices that I used recently to make a spiced rum. You should go back in my videos and see my June video where I made a spiced rum. So the spices are, let's see, there was cinnamon and nutmeg and a few other things, and I added some cloves. And for the Tepache, it's the pineapple rind, it's the spices, and then I did half a cup of brown sugar, half a cup of the pineapple syrup I've already made, and 2 cups of water. Mix it up, that's it. Now, I left it for a day to taste it, and then I left it for a second day. Because here's the thing, Tepache will ferment, so you need to check on it, because if you let it ferment for too long, it will taste like vinegar, which is not great. You know, unless you want to make a shrub, then that's perfect. But yes, taste it after a day, but most people recommend to let it sit for 2 days. It's 24 hours later. I have another shirt on. The fashion parade continues, and I'm going to taste the Tepache. And that tastes fantastic. It's like a sweet pineapple juice, unsurprisingly, but with those spices in there. Again, I'm coming into mid-spring now, but for people in the northern hemisphere, where you're going into autumn and moving towards winter, I can see a whole bunch of fall cocktails this would go well in, and I'll make one. First, I need to strain it, and I do want to point out one thing. This did not ferment. That's the whole thing about Tepache. It ferments. So I think that was caused by the fact I did the syrup first, the sugar with the pineapple. There was a little bit of bubbling, so it's slightly fermented, and I think that took out the natural yeasts that are in the pineapple. I don't mind, because I'm not a fan of things like kombucha or beer for that matter, fermented drinks. Don't like the taste. So I don't mind that this didn't ferment. But if you want the true Tepache experience and you're going to multi-use the pineapple rind like I did, you'd probably want to make the Tepache first and the syrup second. Next phase of what can I do with this pineapple? This is on the recommendation of Anne from the Home Bartender with Anne. Awesome YouTube channel. You should check it out if you're not already familiar with her. She said if you do the Plantation Stiggins Fancy Pineapple Rum and put it with pineapple, you get like turbo pineapple rum. So I'm there. So I'm just going to add some rum to this. And that's finished off. I've got more, don't worry, because when I've left this for a day or two, I'm going to do a taste comparison between this, the turbo pineapple rum, and the straight out of the bottle pineapple rum. But that's for another day and another shirt. See you soon. Here we are, a day later, another shirt and our pineapple rum being turbo pineappled. Spent 24 hours steeping some of the pineapple flesh and the pineapple rind here. Now I want to taste this. I'm going to taste this side by side with the original Plantation pineapple, see how different I think it is, and if I should leave it for maybe another day to get more flavour in. Side by side, there's no real difference. The extra pineapple hasn't coloured the rum more darkly, but now is time for a taste. I think I'll taste the straight out of the bottle Plantation. That is pretty good stuff. And now, is this even more pineapple? Yes it is. It's sweeter because I did use that pineapple to make a syrup so it absorbs some sugar. I think it could do with another day. I'm going to let it sit for another day and then do another taste test. And guess what? That means you get to see another shirt. One day later, and I think we're done. Also, you do get to see another shirt. Now, this is the original Plantation pineapple, which is great. Now, this is what should be now the turbo pineapple. And that is way sweeter, way more pineapple, which was the idea. So that's what you can do with pineapple. You don't have to throw the rind away. So I've managed to make syrup, Tepache, and super pineapple rum. And that's just a few things. I know what I'm going to make with all of those now. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, it would be great if you did. Hit the notification bell so you know when I upload, and hopefully you'll be back to see what I make with pineapple Tepache, pineapple syrup, and super pineapple rum. I think you're going to really enjoy it. It'll be a great drink to have for, I think, all year round. You can make it a bit summery with the pineapple, but because it's got the spices, I think it's going to suit winter as well. So please come back and look out for when I make some, I think I'm going to call it winter colada liqueur. Come back for that. Hope to see you soon.